Good morning, Carroll County. This is Brian DeLeonardo, your state's attorney, with this week's State's Attorney's Report. As one of the things, those of you who've listened, I've really enjoyed doing is getting a chance to highlight the different members of our office that do a variety of things. And one of the people that I have this morning, I often say is really the glue in terms of the overall office, because she is someone that every single person that calls our office gets to talk to, and therefore she really is the face of our organization. So this morning I'm very happy to have Dawn Green, who's joining us this morning. Good morning, Dawn.
Good morning, Brian.
So let's talk a little bit. How long have you been with the office?
A little over a year.
Yeah, and can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, the main thing would be to answer phones and filter out mail, a little bit of everything.
Now, we have an office of around 19 attorneys overall, the portion of where you're answering about 43 or so people. That's a lot to handle. How do you manage that?
Well, we put a lot of people on hold for as short amount of time as we can, but we try to get to everybody within a short amount of time.
So ultimately, Dawn, you talking to police, witnesses, victims of crime. I mean, when you pick up the phone, it could be anybody in those categories, including defendants.
Correct.
Right? How's the experience been for you? You've been about a year. Has it become more comfortable for you to sort through the different types of needs that different callers have?
Sure. As you have your time in the office and you learn the attorneys and know what they handle, it's easier to filter through your calls and get them to where they need to be. That is when they call and have the proper information. That makes it a little easier to get them calls filtered faster.
So like when someone calls in, I mean, we don't have anything automated. I mean, when they call in, they get a live person. If someone's calling the office, what are the kind of things that you really need from them in order to be able to help them get to the right place?
The number one thing would be their case number. If they have that, that's the quickest way on our system to look things up. We can look up by names, but if it's misspelled, they don't have the correct spelling, it makes it a little longer, difficult to find. But case number is the number one thing to have when calling into the office.
So even if you're a witness or a victim on a crime, it's important to not only, sometimes people will think they have the police criminal report number. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the number that you need in the actual court system that's generated by the court.
Correct. That's what we go by, and that's what makes it easier and quicker for them and us in the office.
Now, you not only are answering all these calls, but obviously people that walk in as well.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about experiences that you had with, people in the general public walking into the state's attorney's office.
A lot of times they come in and they're not sure who they need to speak to. So there again, when they come in, it's nice if they have a little bit of information, but if they don't, sometimes it takes a little while, but we get them to where they need to go.
Have you ever had people in the office out in the lobby where they're angry or they're upset? And I know you're laughing as I say that because obviously we know that happens because sometimes we have defendants that actually come in and are upset they're getting prosecuted or family of those. So tell us a little bit about any experiences you've had with that.
Yeah, they can get a little angry, but you just try to keep that smile on your face and help them as much as you can and explain to them, we can only do so much, and we go from there. And usually by the time they leave, they're calmed down to the point that they're okay.
Right. Because sometimes it's just a matter of actually listening to what they have going on and trying to address it. Certainly something that's a major thing. Has there been anything that surprised you about this job? You've been in about a year and you came in, you previously worked where?
I worked at Stanballs Incorporated in Union Bridge.
So coming in now into this office, has anything sort of surprised you about this job?
It's definitely a different day every day.
Yeah.
I think as far as I thought I had a good read on people until I started this job. So everybody's different. You can't really read them.
People coming in through the office and some of the people that you deal with, right?
Sure.
So when you're not answering the countless calls and the people walking in and sorting all these calls to the right place, what do you do for fun?
Fun at work?
Yeah. Well, it have to be at work. We certainly have fun at work, but we also have a job to do. But when you're outside of there, what do you like to do?
I like to spend time with family and friends and just hang out and have a good time.
Yeah, well, good. Well, we certainly are, and as Dawn well knows, we certainly are very happy to have her in the office. Again, a huge asset to us, and it just really is. I mean, when you have someone that's very cordial, helpful for everybody that calls in, whether they're angry or not, she always keeps her poise, and that's something that we really appreciate. So thank you again for coming in this morning, Dawn. I do want to tell everyone, I hope they had a happy 4th of July, a happy and safe one. Do you have a great 4th of July as well, Dawn?
Yes, very good.
Good. So hopefully you enjoyed this weekend while you recover from 4th of July. Thank you very much, Carroll County. It was great spending time with you again this morning, and I'll see you next time.